Oh, the battery's still working. Okay, let me see. Let me put my hat on. I thought the battery was out because I tried to, let me just do this real fast. I read, so what happened last night, I had the camera in the little plastic case and I tried to turn it on as I came into Winnemucca and it didn't turn on, so I thought I had battery problems. So I didn't turn it on last night to say that I was arriving at Winnemucca. I'm at the Pilot in Winnemucca, Nevada, and all I did last night was I pulled in and I did what's called a pull through. There were plenty of spaces everywhere, and a pull through is something that you do, that you prefer to do a lot of times if you can, and it's just a parking spot where all you do is pull straight through and just park it there without backing in anywhere. And if you can avoid backing in, especially at 5 in the morning, you do that if you can. The thing about the pull through is it did put me away from the Pilot center. You know, that's where the Wi-Fi emanates. And when I do a pull through, or if I'm far away from the shop and the store and everything like that, the Wi-Fi gets weaker and weaker. So I did try to log on last night. At the end of the day, I'll do that. That's my daily routine. I like to log on even if it's 5 in the morning, and I was tired enough to just go right to sleep. I wanted to log on, check my email, check what's going on, connect with the world. And the Wi-Fi was too weak because I'm far away from the shop. So one thing I could do is, you know, it's just a balance. Last night I just decided to pull through, try to log in. I wasn't able to get online because the Wi-Fi is weak when it's further out, and that's that. So I wasn't able to log on. So I went to bed, and usually before I go to bed, I put on a little, I try to park so that when I wake up, I'm going to be facing away from the sun so that it stays cool, and it's still pretty cool in the truck. And that's that. So when I woke up this morning, I'm using a lot of the battery. I read all your paperwork right now, and I probably shouldn't be talking so much, but I guess too much information is better than not enough. So I feel sorry for whoever has to go through all this and look through it and try to get the information you need. But it seems like the easiest way to tell you what my routine is, and not plan it out and do all this. Just keep the camera rolling, and I've just learned how to recharge the battery. So if I run out of batteries, and I'm definitely going to be recharging. It hasn't even been more than 12 hours, or it's been like, it's been, like 15 hours, and I'm already almost through this one battery here. So I'm definitely going to be recharging batteries. I hope you could hear me. I hope this is working out well, and that you're not just seeing somebody pointing a camera at them going, like you can't hear what I'm saying. So I hope I'm not covering over the audio. So the camera didn't work when it was in the case last night, and I thought I was out of batteries. But so now I've got a cat climbing all over the place. See? A crazy cat. I want to clean out the truck still a little bit more. There's one thing I want to do before I show you the truck. I saw that in the assignment. We'll get to that. I think everything's going to be all backwards and forwards and everything. So it's now 11:30 Pacific time. I crossed over Pacific time. When you cross over into Nevada from Utah, you cross from Mountain time to Pacific time. So it's 11:30 Pacific time. I got plenty of sleep. 6 hours isn't plenty, and I tried to get back to sleep. When I woke up this morning, I had to go to the bathroom. So, and not just number one, number two, and we're going to discuss this because this is I read it's just an internal tape. And I decided that's wonderful. That means I could be real about a lot of stuff, including going to the bathroom, and I'll try to keep it G-rated and not get too gross about stuff. But I do also want to tell the truth about, especially as a woman, how you handle some of this stuff. And yes, it's a big taboo, but I will discuss pee bottles and the woman's version of the pee bottle, okay? I mean, this is something that, you're just going to have to... It's just information. I think it's important. I'm a scientist. I like raw data information, and as long as you're as honest as you can be, I don't think there's anything wrong with truth and being honest, and just telling it like it is. And in this case especially, it's not going online anywhere, and it's fine. And I hope you could use this information to your advantage to help especially women truck drivers. So, and I also decided in reading this that I might redo the how I got to become a trucker. I've always wanted to be a trucker, but it's a little more complicated how I got to be a trucker. And I'm going to tell you the whole story, the whole truth, and then we could work from there, because it's going to be very difficult for me to tell you like what my hobby is, which is saving the world. I love online commenting, and I like political commenting, but in mixed company, I'm also, when I meet people one-on-one, you don't discuss religion or politics, and you respect other people's views, but you don't automatically lay into politics, and I never expect anybody to agree with my views, so I never discuss them, because I don't want to argue about it. I just like to put my views online as myself. I'm online as H. Nicole Young, and I'm not anonymous, so it's me out there, but at the same time it's almost a double personality, because I have these certain political views and certain things that I comment and blog about, and I try to do it humorously, but I also understand compromise. I also understand I could be wrong, and I also understand a lot of things, but I don't, so I don't take it that passionately like as some people do, and I hope I do it with a little bit of humor and a little bit of balance. I just like observing things and coming up with different theories about how to make the world a better place, and I say I save the world. This is what I do. This is my hobby. So I'm hungry this morning, and I waited before I got my milk. Let me do a couple of things first. Let me just do out of order. I'll tell you my life story maybe when I'm driving today, and not, a little bit more how I got to be a truck driver, and it might help you out, because I'm not sure if I'm common or not, but I do have a bit of a believe it or not, a criminal history. So this is like a lead-in, a hook. Dun dun dun! The drama. I am a convicted felon. All right, and I will tell you about that a little bit later. Dun dun dun! If you stay tuned. But for now, I'm going to do a little bit of my assignment, which is I'm at the pilot, and I want to tell you a couple things. Okay. I'll tell you about how a little bit later, as I said, while I'm driving. Right now, I still have 3 hours before my 10-hour reset is done, and I have plenty of time. I only have to be, I'm 400 miles out. That's about 7 hours for me, 7 or 8 hours for me. 42, yeah, it's like 7 hours out, and I only have to have this load there by 7 a.m. and it's 11:30. So I have all afternoon to be goofing around and doing this with you. A little bit. So I'm definitely going to be using my batteries. So last night I came in, I did a pull through, I wasn't able to get on Wi-Fi, I just went to bed. I woke up this morning having to go to the bathroom. So let's discuss that while I'm here. I'm just holding the camera. I might put the camera in here. Oh, I made a bit of a mess again. So I'm just gonna, I'll put the camera in here. Hold on. I hope you can hear me. Please tell me you could hear me. I don't see how you could hear me when this thing is in the plastic container, to tell you the truth. Is there like, I don't know where the audio goes in on this. Can you hear me? All right. Can you see me? Put some sunlight in. Okay. You've heard of the pee bottle that guys have. It's usually like some plastic bottle, like an old juice bottle or something, and they just pee right into it. Put it in the lid, put it away. Well, you can't, if they're, and some people say they do it while they're driving. Okay, whatever it is. So first of all, let me discuss the guy pee bottle. A lot of truck stops will smell like pee. And it's because the guys, and it doesn't take much, it just takes 1 out of 100 of these guys, will just, after they have a full pee bottle, they just stop at the truck stop and dump it right out on the cement. It's just like, and they'll say, well, it'll rain. My driver trainer, John Piles, did that, and I couldn't believe that. It was like it wasn't on the cement. It was it was out on the cement. He just went, psh. It was like 5 feet away from some grass. He could have just climbed out of the truck and poured it in the grass, or taken it into the truck stop and poured it in the toilet. So this is a pet peeve. This is for women, and it makes, and they say, well, and he'll say, oh, the rain will wash it away. Well, it's summertime. It's not going to rain for another 3 months. So come on, guys, with the pee bottles. Pour it in the grass, in the dirt, or somewhere else. Don't pour it on the cement. So that the darn, I'm gonna not swear, the darn truck stops don't smell like pee. They don't all smell like that, and it's kind of common. I haven't smelled it for a while, and I'll tell you when I do. It's been a long while now, or maybe a week. But it's quite common for you to get out of your truck, and the first whiff you get is pee. So, and I know not all of them do it, and as I said, it only takes 1. So, you want to make my life easier? Get the guys to stop pouring out their pee bottles in the middle of the cement. I mean, I don't know what to do about that, but that's a pet. It's not a pet peeve. It's just stop it. Okay, so let's talk about pee bottles now. I had to do number 2 this morning. Number 2. So I had to, it's too bad because I could have slept a little bit longer, but that's what woke me up. So I got up and I put my boots on, and I walked all the way across. It's like not that far, come on, but it can be sometimes. You could be like a quarter of a mile, it feels like, at some TAs, you could be parked pretty far from where the bathroom is. So I walked all the way in without the camera because I thought I was out of batteries. Sorry about that, but and I'm not prepared. So I walked all the way in, did my number 2, came out here and just crawled back in the sleeper berth and slept for another hour or 2. So I did get enough sleep last night. I got like probably 6 or 7 hours, and that's fine. But the doo-doo did wake me up this morning. Now, had I awakened this morning and all I had to do was number 1, the pee-pee, I do have a pee bottle. Okay, and it's what it is, and I know, okay, this is just reality, people. I just pee in this thing and then get right back to bed. I don't want to put my boots on. I don't want to have to walk all the way over there to do pee. And just so you know, I might not be the best person to do this kind of video blog because I'm not a prima donna, but maybe you have to not be a prima donna to be a trucker, because this is definitely a lifestyle that I had before I became a trucker. I'm not a prima donna. I like to, I've backpacked before. It's almost like backpacking, and I don't mind that. I don't mind doing nature pee, as we call it, peeing behind a tree. And before, as I mentioned before, I'd like to take long car trips. I would just sleep in my car in a rest area. I wouldn't go to a hotel. I didn't have to do that. I would do bird baths. I would do whatever. I'm not somebody who needed a hotel either. I could just sleep in my cars, and this is much more comfortable because there's an actual bed. So it might be a certain kind of personality to be you need a certain kind of personality to be a long haul trucker where you're not at home at night. I don't have a home. I live in my truck. Okay, and I'll explain that more later because I can't even afford a home. But I lost everything when I was the last time I was arrested. I've been arrested. I've had 5 arrest warrants out on me because my hobby is saving the world for a living. So I tend to make a lot of people mad politically, I think. But it's okay. I'm very proud of what I do for I don't make money doing that. But it's my hobby, and I say that's my other job. I'm like truck driver by day, save the world by night, online commenting. We'll talk about that later. But I live in my truck, and I love living in my truck. I can do this. I prefer to have a home, but I can't afford it. And I think a lot of people do this. If they're not home a lot, I don't, and I'll discuss what the situation is with my children and the children's father, and he lives in San Francisco, and he's a doctor, a psychiatrist, and I'll tell you about that. So he makes tons of money. He takes good care of him on a certain level. Okay, so let's finish the pee bottle while I'm here, because this is going to be the discussion of the morning, and I just want to get it out of the way and be real about it, and be real about what I do in the daytime. So I have a pee bottle, and what it is, okay, I have it in a bag, in case it spills or just to keep it in a bag. All it is an old baby wipes bottle, like you go to Walmart and you buy the baby wipes, you know. And once that was empty, this is big enough. See, you take the lid off, and it's big and it's round enough. So I'm not going to demonstrate. Maybe I should just demonstrate. So I usually just stand up, and it's big enough for a woman to aim in there. And I was told this by another male truck driver, actually. This is what some women do, is they just pee in a baby wipes bottle. And I'm in bed, I have to go pee, I don't want to go in, take the lid off, I'm standing up, and I just hold it under me and just pee standing up, and I never miss. It never leaks out anywhere. It's just plenty of space. If you hold it up close enough to where, you know, your urethra, and you hold it up and you sort of push it up and hold on to it, and you know, you can feel the warm on the outside coming in. And then I have paper towels right back there. I have toilet paper, and after I wipe myself, I just put the toilet paper in here. Now this could go, and then put the lid back on and put it in my little bag here. I actually don't take it out of the bag to do this. I just wanted to show you what I have. And there's pee in there right now, and you know, it smelled a little bit, but just what I do. Okay, there, that's my pee bottle. How do I empty my pee bottle? Well, I empty it when I take a shower, and I don't empty it in the shower. I empty it out, it's toilet paper and all, in the toilet, and I rinse it out when I'm in the shower with me. And I rinse it out and wash it out, and then I put soap in it and a little bit of water, so it's almost like perfume that's already in here. So it kind of smells like an outhouse, because there's pee in there and everything, but there's also a lot of soap. I put a lot of soap in there and some water and wish it around. And I keep it right here next to my bed on the floor. It doesn't spill. If it does, it's in a bag. It did spill once, and the bag held it very well. I make sure it's a brand new bag from Walmart and it doesn't have any holes in it. So I think if it spills, it's because I'm not driving safely, not safely, but I went around a corner or something. It never spilled. I think it was the cat. I'm not sure. But I said, what is that smell? Is that the cows? And I turned around, and my bottle had been on its side and leaked out a little bit. So I picked it up right away and cleared it all out. It didn't spill, and so anyway, that's the pee bottle. And as I said, I don't dump it out on the sidewalk. I don't dump it out even in the bushes. I put it in my backpack when I go in for a shower. I dump it out in the toilet, the pee that's in there. And I'm telling you, it's not like I do this very much, but if I don't have to do number 2 in the morning, usually it's in the morning, and that's the only time I'll use the pee bottle. Sometimes if I do a pull-up at night or something, I don't know, whenever I just don't feel like going into the shop to go to the bathroom, I just want to get into my bed, or it's like just want to pee and go back to sleep. I mean, that's best in the middle of the night, because if you get up, put your boots on, go all the way in, you're awake now. And this way you get up, you pee half asleep, and you get back to bed. So that's my pee bottle, okay, for women. And that's just it. So I wasn't going to talk about the pee bottle at all, because it's almost taboo. Like when I'm with the truckers, they have their pee bottles, and they don't mention that too much openly. But it's just a reality. And guys do it while they're driving. Oh God, I hate this. Alright, I don't want to have to think about this. I want to be as honest as I can. I have done it while I was driving. Now, guys pee when they're driving so they don't have to stop. I mean, to have to stop just to go pee, holy cow. I will quite often, and I'm different, maybe it has to be, I will quite often drive a full 11 hours. I don't do it all the time, but sometimes I just feel like going, and I'm relaxed when I'm going. So when I stop, I'm not tense or anything. It's just relaxing for me to drive. So it's not like it's work. This isn't work for me. But I do like to get to where I'm going, and I do drive slowly, but I also like the tortoise and the hare. You know, I don't have to stop to sleep the way the hare did, and then the tortoise just passed him right up. I just like to go, but I like to go for a long time, just like the female sperm, remember I discussed. Okay, so, last night I did brush my teeth, and because I didn't go in, that's what I did last night. I went through a pull-through, I went pee, I checked the Wi-Fi, and then I brushed my teeth. And that I will spit out the side. I feel kind of bad sometimes, because it is, I spit it out the side of the truck, and what I do, yeah, that might be a little bit of litter. It's not pee, it is toothpaste, but when I rinse off my toothbrush, I have a water bottle here. I have a lot of water. I buy the big water bottles from Walmart. And when I rinse out my toothbrush, I rinse out my mouth, I put a lot of water. So it's toothpaste down on the ground, but it's also all rinsed out like it rained. So, you know, last night I was very lazy, and I feel bad about that. Like I should go in or at least spit it out up in the bushes or something. And sometimes I'll do that. I'll let JoJo out, and I'll brush my teeth at the same time and do a check of the trailer and do all that stuff. But sometimes it's just lazy. And last night I just wanted to pee in my little bottle and get into bed, and that's what I did. So and I brushed my teeth and spit out the side. Okay, so the truth comes out. So if there's some kind of, you know, sometimes I'm tempted to spit into my pee bottle, but that fills up my pee bottle too much, and I like to. And the pee bottle doesn't smell. That's got a nice lid on it, and it's in the bag. And you know, unless you know people can't smell themselves, like that's why I don't want so many in my truck. So how did the pee bottle start? It actually started, and my driver trainer, Dave Cox, doesn't know about this, but I actually got that when I was with him. We sleep in these bunks. He would drive while I was sleeping, and I didn't want to say, Dave, can you pull over so I can go pee? I actually very privately. And you can't hear it, I think, when the truck is going, you know, with the curtains drawn, would be up in my little top bunk and just very quietly pee in my little pee bottle and go back to bed. And then I would very discreetly, he didn't even know I had a pee bottle. I would very discreetly, because he wasn't in my private stuff, discreetly, every time we go in and take a shower, put it in my backpack, empty it out. So he didn't know I had a pee bottle, but that's when I got it, because when you're team driving especially, you gotta have a pee bottle probably in that case. You know, I'm not going to advocate peeing while you're driving, but I could do it, and I've done it, and I don't do that. I've done it like twice maybe, and it's usually open, you know, and shoot. So come and arrest me. I'm sure that's illegal or not very safe, but you know, well, I mean, I had complete control over everything, and slowed it down, and it just. I'm not going to film that. I'm not going to discuss that. I've just done it, and because I don't feel like guys should be the only ones who get away with doing that. And I do it very easily, discreetly, quickly, and it's easy and it's done, and I go on with my driving. So not very proud of discussing that one, but it's real. So now, here's the problem. JoJo's now doing his doo-doos, and he's, as I said before, I'm going to do this today before I go. I need to change the litter box. I just have a regular litter box that I bought it's a regular litter box, and he gets in there, and when he's scooping around, some of the doo-doo doesn't come out because it's clumpy and everything, or the pee and the doo-doo is clumped. But while he's burying it, some of the litter just comes out, and it gets all over the truck. So what I did was yesterday, just for this purpose, I'm not going to film that. I got to clear out this. It gets fur everywhere too. I just got this big old box. You know, it's like a storage bin, but it's going to be his new litter box because it's got huge sides on it. Okay, this is it, cat. I don't know if you know this, but this is your litter box. And I don't know if you see this, but it's just a little bin that you buy, and I'm going to put the little litter in the bottom, and you can just go in there and you know, have a party, but none of the litter is going to fly out. Hello? And I keep it up here, the litter box is on the floor where a co-driver's feet would go. That's why I can't have a co-driver if I have a cat too, because I don't want the litter box back there with all, you know, maybe it should appropriately be next to my pee bottle, but you know, I like to be able to walk back here, and I'm going to show you the inside of the truck later in the layout. So I want to discuss pee bottle, and that's what I did this morning. So I had number 2. I didn't do the pee bottle this morning. I did it last night, and I was tempted to go in and take a shower today just to show you the showers. But I might just, so right now, and I'll show you, I gotta change my clothes. So, yeah, you know what? Maybe I'll take you in and we'll just do a shower. Because I need to change my clothes, and this isn't my normal shirt. And there goes JoJo scratching. I'm gonna film you doing JoJo that's enough, JoJo. So, and every morning I have my trash bin. So every morning, this is what I'll do. And I go in to buy my milk. I'm going to go in and buy my milk right now so I can have my breakfast. And that's why I want to get this over with, because I'm hungry. Also, when I was in this morning, I noticed that there's a scale in there. Not all the bathrooms. This is a pilot, so not all the bathrooms, and it's random. TAs tend to have scales more than not. And there's no. And I just found out there's no. Okay, so this is what I do every morning before I go in and buy my milk. If I've not already peed in my little. Even when I'm going in to buy my milk, I won't hold my pee. I just want to pee right away. I'll just pee in my pee bottle. I'm so lazy about it. But I take out my whatever garbage I have. I scoop out what's in the litter, scoop it in here, and I take my trash in, go to the bathroom or what, wash my hands. Now I'm going to go weigh myself because I want to weigh myself before I eat. It's kind of a better gauge of things. If you weigh yourself first thing every morning, actually you should, then that's fine. But I noticed there's a scale there. I'm going to bring my little quarter, and I'm going to go into the bathroom and just eat breakfast first before I do anything. So I'm going to take you with me. Just stay there. Right now I'm scooping out the... Oh, Jojo. Hold on a minute. Okay, I'm going to scoop out the cat doo-doo. That's what I'm doing right now. Boom. All right, Jojo. Everything out of order. Cat doo-doo and pee-pee scooped up. Boom. I'm gonna throw that out. Put my boots back on. Actually, I have to go pee again, even though I peed earlier this morning in my pee bottle. So that's good. I'm gonna go in, go pee, weigh myself, show you the bathroom. It's pretty nice. I mean, as I said, I'm not a prima donna. And, you know, somebody who pees in their pee bottle in the truck and lives in the truck, they, you know, any of these bathrooms, as long as they're clean, and I haven't come across an ugly bathroom yet. But I must say this. I only do Love's, TA, and Pilot, because those are the only places we get fuel, usually. Sap Brothers, I love because they have free Wi-Fi, and it's usually very strong. I'll go there when I can. But one thing I do at Sap Brothers in Salt Lake City is I do go to the dentist they have there. And this is the thing, I hope I'll be able to get back to Salt Lake City this week in these 5 days so you can meet my dentist. I also have a chiropractor that I don't go to at the Sap Brothers, though they do have chiropractors there. I found another truck driver from Salt Lake City recommended a chiropractor. So here's a truck driver problem, is the daily health stuff. How do you do that? How do you do a dentist when you have to have an appointment 6 months in advance? It's very difficult to get home with non-flexibility. Like, I have to be home on this day. It's hard on the company to do that, you know, unless you have a dedicated route and you're a long haul. So you need, you know, and to do that just for a dentist appointment. I mean, I haven't been driving long enough, and I'm not as important in this company to be able to demand I be home at certain times for a dentist appointment. So the dentist at the Sap Brothers is fantastic. I mean, in Salt Lake City, because I'm there more than I am in San Francisco. And San Francisco doesn't get truckers at all. It's not a trucker, all of California. I mean, as I said, there isn't a Pilot, a TA, or anything, a Sap Brothers, within probably, you know, like 100 miles of San Francisco. I mean, there's like this one Golden Gate truck stop with 3 parking spaces and no showers. It's called the Golden Gate truck stop up in, and none of the other truck stops have truck parking. All you get is diesel, and you have to get out of there. So, and that's with it. So, I mean, that's where I go home. So what I do is, thank goodness, when it's home time, Pride allows me to drop a trailer in Tracy and bobtail it all the way from Tracy, which is about 50 or 60 miles, into San Francisco. And when you're bobtailing, that's great. I can get around great in San Francisco without the trailer. You know, I do fine. I have little places that I park. I like parking in this one place next to this McDonald's, so I have free Wi-Fi and I have a place to park all night, and I'm fine. And I live in my truck, so that's fine. That works out well, and I'm glad that Pride allows me to do that. And I'm going to see if I can do that on this trip. I'm not sure. They're very, very busy, and I was going to ask for a little bit of home time, and I'm going to see if I could see my kids on Tuesday really quickly before I head out again. They already gave me a new load. I never even asked for an extra day, and that's okay. I mean, I'll talk to you more about my kids anyway. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to see them, and it's not because I'm not there. It's because I might have used up my quota for seeing them this month, and it's up to the children's father. But we'll discuss that a little bit later. And no, I'm not a child abuser. This is okay. So right now I'm hungry, so I'm gonna take you out of the camera. I'm probably gonna run out of battery before then, and I got the battery stuff figured out. I'm gonna take you out of the plastic. I'm gonna go in, bring a quarter with me, buy my milk because I really want my cereal, and then we'll get on with some other stuff. So I'm glad I discussed the pee bottle with you. I'm not gonna bring the pee bottle in now because I'm not gonna take a shower now, and the pee bottle isn't full at all. It's only got one thing to do. So I'm bringing my money, and I need a quarter for this, and I'm gonna go in. Now I bring the key. I never lock my truck, so I never lock my truck, and I leave the key in the ignition. I mean, people say, well, what? I mean, that's just the way it is. Who's gonna steal this truck? It's on GPS, and so I never lock my truck, and I never locked my doors. I should have grown up in the South. I grew up in Long Beach, California, and even there, and I've been in inner city places. I never lock my doors, so sue me. I don't know what that is. I guess I have a Southern heart because I hear a lot of, in that culture, you don't have to lock your doors in small towns and things like that, and I love that idea. I must have been, well, I am a farmer's daughter. My dad was a potato farmer in Maine, so that must be the farmer in me. It's like locking your door. I hate that. So I never lock anything, and some of the other truckers didn't do that either, because you always lock yourself out. But, because I do lock myself out, but I do have a hide a key, and I do bring a key with me because JoJo will step on the lock while he's in here and they lock me out. So that's why I always bring an extra key, and I do have a hide a key in the back. I have like a billion. I have 2 extra keys on the truck. I've locked myself out of my car too many times. So early on in life, when I was in college, to ever do it ever again, and I'm certainly never going to do it in this truck. I have keys everywhere, so I'm never going to lock myself out. And there's a key that's permanently in my ignition. It's just always there. So I have like 4 keys around here. So I'm bringing the key. I've got a quarter for the scale. Yeah, I have to get on the truck scale to weigh myself. That's how much I've gained. And JoJo's eating his food. I'll show all that to you later. I want to clean up the floor a little bit in case the camera picks up on all the dirt and all that stuff before I show you the floor and where his food is and stuff. So going into pilot, the other thing I didn't tell you that I do every morning is wash my face a little bit, and I put on oil of Olay. It has a sunscreen in it, and it helps keep you younger looking too. It's something my mom did. I'm never a makeup person. I never wore makeup in my life. I wore it once at my sister's wedding, and I looked like a clown. It was so, it looked like Milton Berle in drag. I don't do makeup at all. We'll discuss that later too, like some other stuff about me and my life and my sexuality. But it's me, it's not the number one thing about me, but I gotta tell you that I am a bisexual. Don't run It's not that scary. I'll tell you all about that. So I'm putting on my $1 glasses, and they make me look kind of mean, but they're $1, so, and off we go. What was I gonna say? I don't put on makeup. I do put on